I know, literally.
When it gets like the days get their longest, I think sometimes the sun sets at like 9.
No, literally.
It's crazy.
Yep. Tandra. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Can you put your camera on?
Camera. How do I do that? Oh, there we go. I see it.
Yeah, you gotta press save. Yeah.
Hi, y'all.
Hey.
How are you?
Amazing. How are you?
I'm well. Thank you for asking. Sean, you killing that gum. Give that gum a rest. It's R.I.P.
I'm trying. Word on the street is I look like a snapping turtle, so I've been working on my jawline, trying to chew a bunch of gum.
Sean,
you chew it tough.
No, it's done. You gonna give yourself a headache, bruh.
I'm trying to get handsome out here.
Okay. Oh, Olivia, I'm sorry. Did you say something? I thought you cut out. Did you say something, Liv?
Yeah. What's your name? Where are you from?
Oh, I'm Tanidra from California.
What part?
Born and raised in Inglewood, South Central, but I'm currently in the Antelope Valley.
Okay.
Okay, wait. Question. Would you be in a poly relationship?
I wouldn't. I feel like I don't know. I just feel like that's not for me. I don't know. I just never got with the idea of a man being able to have multiple women, but I can only have one person. I don't know.
You like being with multiple men?
No, but I wouldn't want my man to have multiple women either. Like I just couldn't. It just doesn't sit well with me. Like we're all in a house together, and then he goes slapping skins with another one of them, and then
who said y'all got to be in the house together?
Oh, y'all not gonna be in the house together with you and your 7
So how my setup is going to be, everybody. One thing I learned from my last failure is that people need space. So when it's time to add another queen, I will definitely be getting another unit, either on this level or or somewhere near it, and do it like that. For them to have space. One thing I realized is like feminine energy cannot exist in discomfort. And I want to do everything I can to provide a comfortable environment for my family.
But that would be up to you, because then you would have to be able to talk to these girls and let them know and to find out if they get along. Like I think separating them, like kind of like it's almost like you're switching out cages. Like when somebody has multiple dogs and they switch out the cages so they won't fight. Like you got to keep them together. Like I wouldn't separate them.
It's not about the no fighting. So if that's how it comes across, I take full responsibility. It's just about having space to be able to relax. You know what I'm saying? So that's like the thing. So still gonna be in the same building, but definitely when it comes time to get another queen, like the whole plan is going to be to get another unit, or she like have like her own space for sure. But space is very, very vital.
Okay. Well, Olivia, how do you feel about that? How do you feel about like who gets to determine who gets to stay in the place with Sean and then who gets to go to the other bat caves? Like how do you decide that?
Oh, you asking me?
Yeah, sweetheart. Yeah, like how would you feel like if like say if like there were 5 more women, so you would make 6, right? And the other 3 women get to stay with Sean, but he puts you in another unit. Like, how would you feel about that? Like, why am I not in the unit with you? Are you going to rotate him out? Like, first in, first out. Like, how does that going to work?
First in, first out. You funny. That's a decision that I would make. But go ahead.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
And
I would trust his judgment.
Just because somebody
I mean, you trust his judgment. We know. But I'm saying, as far as
somebody has a unit, just because somebody has their own unit, it doesn't mean we're not sleeping in the same bed.
Oh, I know, but I'm just saying, how would that make you feel? Like, how would you feel about that? Not saying you don't trust his judgment. I'm asking you, Olivia, like, how would you feel? Like, okay, like,
I mean, if it was a problem, I would talk about it, but for the most part, I trust his judgment on it. And I think of it like different rooms in the house, to be honest.
Yep.
You like that idea?
The different rooms in the house?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
I feel like an adult needs space.
Okay. I mean, I don't know how I would feel. I probably wouldn't go for that, but that's cool.
Yeah, it's interesting to see the stuff that women do go for. Nowadays, they go for, hey, come over and chill, and and that's about it. And meanwhile,
that's what Olivia did, and look, now she's stuck. She didn't go home.
It wasn't Olivia
bought that one suitcase to chill and never went home.
Hey man, you recognize a great thing, capitalize.
I got it. So I got a question for you, Olivia. And any question I ask, you don't have to answer. I respect your boundaries, but I'm curious. When's the last time you like physically seen your family? Like physically, do you miss them at all? Or I mean, I know sometimes FaceTime can trick us into thinking we see them more than we do, but like physically, like to touch your mom, to hug your mom and your brother, like how long has that been, sweetheart? Or and do you miss them at all?
I do miss them, and I saw my dad like 2 months ago, or actually, yeah, 2 months ago. And then my mom, I saw her. I would say like it was in October, so last October. And then in terms of my siblings, I would say over a year.
When do you plan on going back to see them? I mean, you guys were pretty close though before you left, right?
No.
Oh, you weren't. Oh, okay.
We weren't close. Like in distance, we weren't close. I was in Virginia, and everyone was like in Georgia.
Oh, got it. Got it. Got it. So Sean, I got a question for you. And
Yeah.
please don't take offense to this. So I remember in the other live, they were discussing about Olivia calling you king, right? And you said that you suggested it for her. Like, I guess she was calling you, she didn't call you king and you told her to call you king, or you suggested it and she says she liked it. But if she didn't call you, you guys wouldn't be together. Is there a reason for that? Because I mean, and not to bring her up because I hate that she's gone, but Shanice didn't call you king. She called you my love. So why was it a requirement for, but why was it a requirement for Olivia, but not for Shanice?
That's what Shanice called me on live. Like that's not how she addressed me around. Like that is not. That's what she called me on live, and she started calling me on that when I think in her head she was like, "This relationship is over," but didn't want to say it out loud.
So she called you king, but she never called you king on live. She just called you king in private.
A true player, doesn't, I'm not gonna kiss and tell, but yeah, I like to have, be called certain things. Some people like babe, I may like king. I don't see nothing wrong with that. If it's my queen, I'll be like, yo, what's going on? My queen, what's up? So it just is what it is,
Well, no, well, yeah, but I think my question was, why is it like for Olivia to do it and not for anybody else? Because she calls you that 100% of the time. Like she doesn't call you anything but.
What, my king?
Yeah. And you said if she
I
didn't,
guess
and she said if you,
I guess she just looks at me as her king. What do you want me to say?
because, oh, okay. Because I remember you were saying that, when you get into relationships, it's like you drop the me's for I's and we's or something like that. But I feel like that's almost like a you thing, not a we thing, because you didn't give her the option not to call you king because you said you would kick her to the curb if she didn't, right?
Yeah, but the same thing I asked from her, I call her my queen as well. So I don't really see a problem with that. Do you feel like, do you view yourself as a queen?
Yeah, but I don't have to be like all that.
So would you date? Wouldn't you want to be with somebody that you feel like is a king? Yes or no?
Yeah.
So
But
my question.
well, here's the thing. I mean, like, let me tell you, I'm engaged to be married. So I've been with my man for a little while. I'll be married soon. Do I feel him as my king? Yeah. Do I have to call him that? No, it's a feeling I have. I know who he is. I know where he stands, but I also call him baby, sweetheart, my love, darling, and all these other things. He wouldn't say, well, if you don't call me king, then you don't appreciate me, because there's other ways to show that. You know what I mean?
Did I ever once come out of my mouth?
Yeah. When you said if she didn't call me king, we wouldn't be together.
That's not what I said.
Okay. Then what did you say? I'm sorry. Maybe I misheard, because I thought you said she didn't have the option.
If I did say that, that's what she calls me. That's what she calls me. That's what we agreed upon. So we agreed upon that. It's not like I sat up here and was like, you're gonna do this or else. Like at the end of the day, guys, people have like choices. You see what I'm saying? So we agree upon it. We agree upon that. Like, what's wrong with her calling me my king? Like, if that's something that she agreed to as a full grown adult, please tell me what's wrong with it.
Oh, no. I don't think there's anything wrong with it, but the path to leading up to there can be questionable because you didn't give her an option not to. It wasn't an opt out. You said if she doesn't call me this, we won't be together. And here's my thing. I feel like it's almost like the submission thing you talk about a lot. I feel like if she saw you as her king, she would do it automatically and you wouldn't have to give her the option to or say, hey, what do you think about this? It would come naturally. She'd be like, this man is my king. Let me call him king. She didn't do that. You offered it and she took it. So do you feel that there's a difference in, so do you feel that's a difference in authenticity? Like with that?
I don't think it's inauthentic at all, because the way I do my relationships, like it has to go through a lot for us to even get to the point of a relationship. With that being said, there's a lot of things that I think are different. Like for instance, if you look at like my ex, if you look at Olivia, she doesn't follow another guy on Instagram. She doesn't even follow another guy on Instagram. That's something that's a boundary for me. It's just like, okay, well, everybody knows Instagram is like a dating app. Why do you need to follow another guy on Instagram? Some people may view that as crazy. But if you go look at my ex's page, she still doesn't follow any other guy besides her man. So the thing is just like, I do a lot of stuff that people may feel like is like weird, and that's cool. But that's the thing. It's not your relationship. Your relationship is based on two people. You know what I mean? I have things that people think is crazy. I tell my queen, hey, let's wake up early. Let's beat the sun up every day. Do we do that every day? No. Do we do it most days? Absolutely. Let's get up at 3:30. Let's go to the gym. Some people may think that's crazy. Hey, I know it's wild, but after this certain amount of time, let's read instead of being on social media. I know that may sound crazy, but that's just what it is. Like, I'm a big believer in self-development. I have different boundaries. I do different things. Hey, I'm not into the going out, the doing the freaking the devil's juice and like all that type of stuff that people are into. I'm just into different things. So it is what it is. The beautiful part about a relationship is that two people get to agree upon it as adults.
Right. Okay. So I have a question for you, Olivia. Besides your relationship with Sean, and I know a lady touched on this yesterday on the live, that lady who y'all got mad at, who I thought she was pretty sweet to you guys. It sounded like she was rooting for you. She was just kind of trying to drop some gems of knowledge. But some of the stuff that she said kind of made sense about you guys each having your own individuality, but still coming together as a unit, where you can still have, you know, things you do together, but things you do separately outside each other. I personally think that's healthy, but I feel like you think that it's all in and nobody should have anything separate. So my question to you, Olivia, is how independent are you? Like, do you have a choice to opt out of anything that Sean says? Like, for instance, the 3:30 gym thing. If you say, babe, my king, I'm about to roll back over. I don't have time. Would he, I'm serious. Like, if you didn't feel like it,
Man,
would he allow you? Would he allow you to pass? Or if you say, even if you say, babe, I don't feel like being on the live today, would he allow you to do that? Like, how much independence do you have outside of Sean?
I have 100% independence, and I could say no with good reason. But honestly, if it has to do with self-development, won't turn that away ever. Because at the end of the day, I know that like it is so valuable, and I appreciate so much that I have somebody that's holding me up to a standard to develop myself to my highest potential. Like, that is like gold. That's valuable right there. So the fact that he's willing to do that and he does it to me consistently is like, yeah, I love it. I'll do it every single day of the week. Like, I will not deny self-development, period.
Okay, I got you. So with that being said, why, Sean, do you feel like you guys shouldn't have anything individualized? Like maybe still have a joint account but separate accounts, or you know, you have
separate accounts. She has her own business account and she has her own personal account.
Well, I think that's what the lady was hitting at yesterday, and you kind of asked her what for. Like, she was saying
she was saying work on like other things and like save for like yourself. And I just personally right now don't see like a point in that, because like if I was to just go and save like money for like my own selfish things, like how is that going to get us closer towards our goals?
That's what I want to tap in. You use that word selfish a lot. What is selfish about that? What is selfish about that?
Let me explain. So what the things that I learned and things that I know, this is the way I look at life. This is how I make my decision. It's a little long-winded, but bear with me. And if you have questions, please ask me, okay? So have you ever heard of something called the 8 dynamics of life?
No.
Okay, so there's 8 dynamics of life. The first one is self. The second one is like sex, like the physical act and what comes with it, like a family. The third dynamic is group. The fourth dynamic is mankind. The fifth dynamic is animal kingdom. The sixth dynamic is world. The seventh is universe. What do you think the 8th is?
I don't know.
God. Okay, so God. So we have
I came in 8th. I don't think I like that shit. But anyway, go ahead.
It's the biggest dynamic. Like he's above all. So with that being said, The first dynamic, most people, they focus on themselves, what they want. They make enough money to take care of themselves. That's it. That's all they think about. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's just their level of thinking. The second dynamic is sex, like a family. People get a family, they get a kid, they get a wife. They're like, oh man, I gotta make more money. I gotta do this for my kids. I gotta get a better job. I gotta put my kids through school, right? So they start making a little bit of money, start thinking about taking care of people other than themselves. And then the third dynamic is group. It's like what we're in right now. This is where millionaires operate. They try to help people outside of their family solve a problem. The fourth dynamic is mankind. Think about it. This is where billionaires operate. How many people use Amazon? Everybody. Jeff Bezos changed mankind, hence why he's a billionaire. So if you want to make more money, you want to do more good, you got to affect more dynamics than just yourself. There's nothing wrong with being selfish. The only thing I'm saying is how I make my decisions. What's the greatest number of good for the greatest number of dynamics? That's it. That's the way I think. I'm not saying you guys got to think that way, but that's the way I think. And for me, if I take money and put it towards, I'm saving something, just saving it for myself, and it's not going towards our goals, to me, it does not make sense on the greatest number of good for the greatest number of dynamics. I don't do what I want to do. I do what's the greatest number of good for the greatest number of people. That's how I make my decisions. That way I don't have to think about it. It's super simple. What's the greatest number of good that's going to help the most people? Bam, that's what I'm going to do. So that's for me. All right. People may disagree with that, but that's my way of thinking. That's how I think.
So, okay. So that's what you consider safety nets. So those are selfish to you.
I'm just saying, if I'm saving just for me, then that's like only for like myself. And I also think security is an illusion. I think the greatest sense of security is actually having the ability to produce. Like, how much money would you save if you knew no bullshit, you can go and make $10,000 every single day? Like, how much would you really save? Like, probably for like taxes purposes, but how much would you really, really save? Right? You really probably wouldn't save that much because you have the ability to consistently create revenue. And I think people often think that a certain amount of money saved is like savings or this or that. And I just think that the ultimate thing you can do to provide yourself safety is having the ability to provide value to others, and then thus in turn make money anytime you want.
Okay. Olivia, I have another question for you. I'm not gonna keep y'all long. I got another question. How long do you feel that you're going to be in this position? And by position, I mean, because I know he said he wants, 6 other people because you would make 7. But we all know, not to touch on your business, but we all know legally he can't marry you because he's in a situation. Once he gets that all cleared up, then he will be free and clear to marry whoever. How long are you going to give him for that? How long are you going to just be a girlfriend? Because right now you're not, he can't marry you because of, we know. So does it not matter to you, or do you?
Even when, just want to say really quick, even after that's transpired, which it'll be in a couple months, even after that's done, I'm still not going to get a government sanction ever again. Like, I'll never do that. I don't need a government sanction to tell me that I'm married. So my marriages are going to look a little bit differently. You don't need a government sanction. And if you're asking about paperwork, you can easily set up like an irrevocable trust that will take care of all that. Irrevocable trust, power of attorney, like all that stuff can be taken care of in a civil manner rather than something that actually involves a government sanction.
So Olivia, how do you feel about that? Because I remember, now here we go. I got the memory of an elephant, because I remember you told another young lady, you asked her what was the difference between a wife and a girlfriend. And you kind of tussled with her about that situation, that you were going to wife one of these girls. You said that in previous lives as well, because I think somebody was getting on the girls about, if anything happened to you right now, legally, the woman that you're married to would get access to all your things. So Olivia, how do you feel about that now, knowing that you're never going to be a wife? Like, he just literally said that in front of you. How does that make you feel, sweetheart?
Not what I said. I said I don't need a government sanction.
What is a government sanction? What do you mean government sanction? I'm sorry. I thought you meant marriage by government sanction, but what do you mean?
You can be married without involving the government. You can have civil weddings. That's like a real thing. So
you going to Africa and getting one of those Dijaman and Kimora marriages where they do that in Africa?
You don't have to go to Africa to do that. People get civil marriages all the time in America. Like, it's a thing.
So like Olivia, okay, so what do you feel about that? No wedding, no ring, no going to the courthouse, like none of that?
When did we ever say no wedding?
No, I'm asking Okay, so what do you? Okay, so wait a minute, because
You can
wait a
have a
minute. No,
wedding.
wait,
You can
hold
do
on,
a
hold on. I'm
wedding.
lost. You said once you get a divorce, you would never have another government sanction. So I was under the assumption you meant
Okay.
marriage was
All
a
right.
government
All right.
sanction.
All right. So this is. Let me listen.
Yeah, just explain to me what you mean by that. Yeah, if you don't mean
You
marriage, if you
can
do.
have. Listen. You can have the wedding. You can do the honeymoon. You can have the ring. Until you go sign the little paperwork that lets the government know, like, hey, I'm married. I'm legally married. Like, you're not legally married in the eyes of the government, but like you can still have a civil marriage. You can still do the wedding, you can still do the ring, you can still do the honeymoon, you can still do all that. I plan on having very lavish, very lavish ceremonies for all of my queens, every single one. Because I'm never going to take away somebody's dream. How can I sit up here and ask a woman to give up her dream? You know how many women out there they've been dreaming of their wedding day. They got the dress picked out, the colors picked out. Why would I deny her that? But the only difference is we're just not signing a little piece of paper with the government sanction. I don't think that means anything. She still get access to all the assets. She still get access to us. She still gets access to me. We still get to build together. We still get to do everything together. We're just skipping one signature. I don't think it's
So in the eyes of the law, you guys would be married, but just not legally.
Yeah, exactly. It just wouldn't be involved in the government. In the eyes of the law, yes, but it would not be involved in the government. There's people that go through civil marriages all the time. Like, especially in California, like if you live together for a certain amount of years, you're like married. Like, even if you didn't even go and get married. Like,
Well, they call it common law, but at the end of the day, if that was to happen, like, they really couldn't do it. So that's what I'm saying. So Olivia, I'm asking you, how do you feel about that?
That honestly, it's literally no different. It's just that the government's controlling it. Like, what's the actual difference?
No. I understand what he said about the government, but I'm asking you as a woman, how do you feel about that? Like, how do you feel about not having a legal marriage to a man, Sean?
I feel amazing because you can do all of the same things in a marriage contract inside a trust, but you can do it to your conditions.
And it's more protection. Way more protection.
And I think it's fair because honestly, I think the marriage contract is kind of pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting that
Okay. And I have one more question for you, Olivia, and I'll let you go. I remember on a live you were talking about how you feel like, well, I guess you kind of agreed with the red pill crowd about how women's dating standards are kind of delusional or whatever. And I guess you kind of have a feeling about, how men think, yes, you did. Don't poke that finger at me.
Hold on. Really quick. We think that women should raise their standards. I don't think women should.
No, I didn't say anything about standards. I said she kind of agreed. She said that women are delusional in their thinking about men. She absolutely did say that. She said that.
They're not delusional in there thinking about. I don't want to speak for her. Go ahead, babe. What were you saying?
Thank you. I appreciate that. So my question to you is, because you said you kind of have a gist of how men think and, all that stuff. But I feel like, how would you know that if Sean's the only man that you've ever experienced? Because normally you learn things in life through trial and error. You go through it, you learn it, you internalize it. But being that Sean has been the only man that you've kind of been serious with, how do you know that you know what men think or how they feel just through Sean?
I never claimed that I know how men think. I said that I think women in the dating scene are kind of delusional when it comes to the dating standards, but I also would say that men are as well. Both are. Everyone's freaking delusional when it's coming to dating, and there can be a lot of improvements on both ends. That's what
I'm saying. But you learned that through dating. But Sean's the only man that you're dating. So how can you say that? How can you say that confidently?
I know you feel that way, but there's a lot of men who have podcasts. There's a lot of men that actually give their opinions on relationships. So I feel like we live in an age of information. It's not that hard to figure out men, what they like, gain insight into like their mind. Like, there's so many men on the internet talking about the way they view relationships, how they view women, and then vice versa. I don't think that you need to go and date around to get insight into men's minds. And to be honest with you, dating doesn't. Most dudes, hold on. Most dudes lie. Most dudes aren't even willing to be honest about what they really want. Most dudes, honestly, are full of shit. Most dudes don't have the courage to speak on the things that they really want. Because dating is one big scam. It's people, they get together, they pretend to be somebody for 6 months, and then they figure out over the next year or so, oh, can I really deal with this person? Like,
Right.
oh, then you learn about all the bad. I mean, think about dating. You put on your best clothes, your best this. You try to go to the nicest restaurants. You try to do so many different things, all to put your best foot forward. Y'all don't even really get to know each other. Y'all try to get to know the best version of yourself. That's not really like the real you. So I feel like honestly, listening to men talk on platforms like this is the most genuine way to really understand the way men think. Listening to podcasts, because there's no fear. They're not trying to get anything. When a guy's dating, I know girls ain't gonna want to hear this, but dudes be lying just to get the booty. They be saying anything. They don't care. They just be trying to, like clap some cheeks. So it's just like, it's not really real. It's not authentic.
So with that being said, then you might have a little job before you, because you want to date 6 other women. So if you think that people present the faker side of them or whatever you just said, like you're typically in the market to date 6 other people, which is 6 other personalities, 6 other beliefs. So how are you going to master that? But everyone else is delusional.
That's going to be tough, man. That's going to be tough. And, I often say that the toughest paths are often the most rewarding. And I'm a very no bullshit type of person. Like, I'm very straight. I know y'all may find that hard to believe, but if you actually had a conversation with me, you'd be like, wow. So, and I got to do better. You know what I mean? I think that in my previous relationship, and I'm not trying to throw shade, I just think that I did not do a good enough job diving deep enough into somebody's personality and what their true core values are before trying to be with them.
You think you got a little distracted by Olivia?
I mean, she is so fucking gorgeous and so just powerful. She is an ultimate distraction, but that's a distraction that I want. And no, Olivia's dope. She believes in me. She believes in the mission, and she believes in what we're doing. And she just appreciates the truthfulness and the transparency of what we have going on. There's no secrets between us. You guys, everybody throws all this stuff at her. There's no secrets. Most other couples could not do this because they have secrets. Every single girl that DMs me, she knows about every single thing that y'all have talked about. She has already knew about it before we ever came to TikTok. She can go through my phone at any moment. We're never going to be mad. There's so much authenticity. I just don't realize. I'm not hiding my phone. I don't have to do none of that. It's no.
Well, that's because you said you wanted to be in the relationship you're in now because you said you didn't believe in monogamy, and you said that, you didn't ever want to lie to another woman, that you wanted everything to be up front. But that's the thing that I was confused on, because it seems like you say in one minute that, you want to build this power team, this power family to take over the world and this, but then you say you're also a part of it because you can't be faithful. So in that instance, it seems like you're using this as a pleasure tactic, not actually to actually help people.
I got to live in my nature as a man. So yeah, in a very low level of consciousness, you can make it about sex, but I think it's about living in your nature as a man. This is the only thing I can say to you. Let's say a young man, he's 22, 25, 33, whatever.
Right.
He's single. He's like a young lion, hungry. You know what I'm saying? He's hungry, he's strong. He's like, man, I got that dog in me, right? Whatever. He's just roaming the plains. He eats whatever he wants. He crushes the antelopes. He's young, he's strong, and he has that fire in his eye, that dog. So the female lion is just like, man, he's brave, he's ferocious, he's on point. He's got everything. And then you try to take that lion and the things that she loves about the lion, she put him in a cage. Okay, and soon that fire it starts dying out. It starts dying out, and he's no longer doing the things that he needed to do as a lion. Then next thing you know, he forgets that what he is. He forgets that he's a lion. He loses his muscles because he's not out there on the prowl. He's not this, he's not that. So then he becomes sloppy, lazy. He no longer has that hunger in his eyes. He damn near get to the point where he can't even roar. And it's just the same way in a relationship. It's the same way in a relationship. Women get with the man and then they put him in a cage, and then eventually he stops being that man that you fell in love with. And everybody knows once a woman loses respect for a man, the relationship is over.
What's the cage? I'm sorry. What's the cage, baby?
Hold on. And the thing is this, she can't respect you if you don't respect yourself. You see what I'm saying? So the thing is, if a man's not in his nature, just like a lion, he's not going to do the things that a lion does. Same way that man's not going to do what he does. And that shows in your business. That shows in your ambition. It shows in your sex drive. It shows in all of that. Guys are really putting themselves in a cage, trying to they're fighting their nature, and y'all don't realize it. So I'm not saying that monogamy cannot work. All I'm saying is it just doesn't align with allowing a man to live at his highest potential. I'm not saying the man should be able
They're saying
to.
they're saying the cage is the actual relationship, not the woman itself, right? The cage is the relationship, like being faithful. Is that what you're saying? Okay, okay.
Not the woman herself. It's just a relationship. It's just a situation. That's all that it is. Because, you know, at the same time, a woman does allow for him to focus. There's things that come with it, like being in a cage, like safety. Like, hey man, you're not gonna go out and get some random girl pregnant. You don't have to worry about getting an STD. You don't have to worry about paying child support to somebody that's not like in your house or whatever it may be. Because there's a lot of dudes that play that game and get hemmed up. So there definitely are some pros to it. However, I think if you have the best of both worlds and actually replicate what lions do in nature, you will be able to get those same results, because it's not about like, oh, I'm a lion, I can just go snatch whatever I want. Like that's not what poly is about. It's been over a year for me since I have had sex outside of my relationship. Over a year. I've had plenty of opportunities. And when I say plenty, I mean plenty of opportunities.
Stop.
No, you're right.
I am serious. I've had so many opportunities, it's not even funny. In person, on everything. Yeah. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. But that's good you said that, because then if you had those opportunities with these gorgeous women, you passed it up, which shows that you can be monogamous. You just chose not to, right? Or you just don't want to do it because...
Here's the thing. As far as monogamy...
Say that again, Olivia. I couldn't hear you, sweetheart. Olivia, say that again.
No, I was just saying it's just about the mission. It's not about effing a whole bunch of girls.
Yeah. And if it was
what was the mission?
The mission is to build generational wealth and empower people all over America. That's what we're gonna do. So with that being said, if I was in a monogamous relationship, bro, I like a girl's pictures on Instagram and I'm technically cheating. I think if you're a dude, if you're in a relationship, if you're liking another girl's pictures on Instagram, that's cheating.
That's absolutely not cheating. I don't believe that. That's very elementary. That's very elementary.
If you're a girl and you're following another guy on Instagram, if you have a boyfriend, bro, that's cheating. To me,
maybe I'm just built different, because I feel like if my fiance or whatever likes another woman's picture on Instagram, like I will never take away the fact that men are men, we're human. If we see something we like, we're gonna.
What?
I said men are men, women are women.
What that statement mean? Men are men. What that mean?
I said men are men, women are women, and we're human. So why is your face getting closer to the phone? What is you doing? What is you doing?
What does men are men mean? No,
it was a whole statement. Like men are men, women are women. We're all human, so we all see something that is good on the eye.
Imagine you scrolling down. Imagine you're a normal dude. You don't live, and you're scrolling down Instagram. And you just see some random guy. You're like, man, this dude's cool. And then, like, you see a girl under his line.
I think, like I said, maybe I'm just, so weird. I don't know. Maybe I'm just built different. Like, I'm a little bit, what do you know? Because I'm a little bit older.
If you're a man and you allow that, bro, because listen, this is the thing. Guys be like, they be afraid to say, hey, I don't like that. Hey, that rubs me.
No, I think it's because men are comfortable in their relationships and in their manhood. Because here's the thing: if you get, let me finish. If you get upset that your girlfriend liked a dude's picture, that's insecurity on your part. That has nothing to do with anyone else.
Yo, those be the same men who be like, yeah, babe, it's okay, man. Just go to the club. Don't text me. Go on your girl's trip to Miami. It's cool, man. Go on your girl's trip. Listen, go on your girl's trip to Miami for a week. I know that your phone broke. I'm so sorry. I know you're staying with a guy and he paid for everything, but it's okay, baby. I trust you.
So what I was getting ready to say was the word and these buzzwords you use and I think this is why sometimes a lot of the time you get called controlling, because you use words like let. Like no one's gonna let me do anything. I'm gonna do what I want to do because I'm a grown woman, and I have enough sense to not do things that I feel will embarrass my fiance. You get what I'm saying? So let me finish. I feel like liking an Instagram post of somebody I see, if it's a man, has no bearings on how I respect myself and my relationship. Now, wait a minute. I'm not going to go out here and talk to some dudes and, be taking pictures and freaking on dudes in the club. I'm not going to do that because I respect my relationship. But an Instagram picture, and you get mad about that, I don't know. I could be from a different generation. I'm a little bit older than the both of you guys. You know what I'm saying? I'm mid-40s. I'm on my way to 50. You know what I'm saying? So, but if I see my fiance's name under a woman's picture, I'm kind of, well, she is cute. She cute.
You're a woman.
I may like it too. I may like it too. Like,
yeah. Listen, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. As a man, would you say it's a man's duty to protect his queen, his woman?
It's yeah.
Okay.
If he's protecting her, if he has her goodness and right.
Guys, if a man really loves you, he's gonna be so protective of you. Like it's not even funny. Like if a man really loves his girl, he's going to like protect her with his life. Do you really think that a man's going to be willing to sacrifice? Because here's the thing, where does it stop? Okay, if you like his pictures on Instagram, like, okay, who's to say messaging him is not bad? What's the difference?
Because you would have to find the message to speak on it.
No, here's the
liking
thing.
a picture doesn't mean anything. Liking a picture doesn't mean anything.
This is the best way I can break it down to you. This is the best way I can break it down to you. If you see a guy and you think he's handsome, and you think it in your head, that's cool. I can't get mad at that. But if I'm with Olivia and she sees the guys that she thinks is handsome and she's like, oh my gosh, you're really handsome. Would you think that that's kind of weird?
If she said it out loud?
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm talking about, disrespectful. I would never disrespect.
Here's the thing. On social media, when you like somebody's picture, you're saying that out loud for the world to see it. That's my point. Like, it's one thing to look at the photo and be like, he's handsome. But when you go and you double tap it, it's like you're saying it out loud. It's just like we walking down the street and you be like, you say to a dude, damn, you fine. Why you with your man? That's crazy. You can't be on Instagram with your man booed up and then telling another dude, yo, you look mad good. And I'm going to share this for the whole world to see it.
No, you're conflating two different issues. That's two different issues. The issue here is, listen, because there's a difference. But see, there's a difference in, Olivia, there's a difference in relationship here. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want Olivia to do that because you've already said that your queens can't have men outside of you, but you can have as many women as you want. Listen, someone who's in a monogamous relationship, if he likes someone's pictures, I don't take that as, oh, that's disrespectful because he likes someone else's pictures. That's rudimentary thinking. Because you can have all the women you want, but she can only have you. That's where it's different. Olivia can't look at nobody else. Olivia can't talk to nobody else. Olivia can't do anything outside of you. But you was on live talking to Pisces, getting all hype. When you come to LA, we need to have a San Diego weekend in front of Olivia's face. Oh, rubbing all your chest and sweating and drooling and stuff over Pisces.
Olivia is excited about that.
Olivia is not excited about that. Olivia, here's the thing. No. Let me tell you. I feel like Olivia is happy where she is. I really think Olivia does love you. But trust me, Olivia would not shed a tear if you didn't bring another woman on. Trust me.
Time out. Listen.
Olivia is not excited.
Listen, that's how you feel. Your opinion does not define our reality, respectfully. So, with that being said, to any queen out there, to any woman out there, y'all clip this one up. When I do add another queen, Olivia will not only know, she's going to be actually excited. And she's going to welcome you with open arms, and you're going to have... I'm not going to force a friendship. That will happen naturally, but Olivia is a dope person. Olivia is going to give you love. She's going to give you support. She's going to support you in whatever you're doing, whether it's school, whether it's you're an entrepreneur, whatever it may be. She's going to welcome you with open arms and love.
But that didn't happen when Shanice was there.
We're going to support you. Okay, so that is that. I know we like to do this whole thing of pitting people against each other, but that's not what this is. That's not what it is. Yep.
No, I would never do that. But I'm just talking like as far as Olivia's concerned, like I feel like she's in this place where she loves you, and I feel like she is doing this for you. I don't think she's getting any benefit out of this, honestly.
I'm getting benefits from it.
What are you getting? I'm interested to hear. No, sweetheart, I'm not here to argue with you. I want to know, like, what benefits are you getting? Please, I would love to know, babe. I would.
First of all, I think the most valuable thing you can get is accountability. The fact to have a masculine figure in your life that is there.
You have a father that loves you. That's the masculine. You have a father that loves you.
Okay.
She can't marry her father. She can't have kids with her father. She can't have a family with her father. That's the thing that y'all sit up here and say that don't make no sense. You can't have kids with your father.
You can't carry your legacy.
No, she said masculine. Like she can't. Like she didn't get that from her
kids with her father. What don't you get with it about that?
And
I didn't say anything about children, but go ahead.
No offense to my dad. I love my dad, but I'm not trying to spend every single day for the rest of my life.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, sweetheart.
No, in the same bed. Like, I'm not trying to do.
Oh, I know. I know.
Like, I'm just not. It's just different to have companionship and partnership where you guys are building a legacy. But my dad will always be in my legacy, but I will carry on my legacy with my king, like with him. So it's just a different.
But what are the benefits? You said a benefit. I need accountability. You can do that on your own without Sean. You can hold yourself accountable for anything in your life. So what are you benefiting from him?
Listen, how you gonna hold
Olivia, can she just answer? I'm so sorry. Can Olivia just answer?
I'm gonna go ahead and let you talk.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Jesus loves you. Go ahead, girlfriend.
Accountability, the fact that I get to be with somebody that is side by side and we have the same mission, because it's hard, it's tough running a business, it's tough being accountable to your goals, it's tough doing it all alone. I don't want to do it all alone. I would rather do it with somebody that, first of all, I have a lot of fun with. in every single
Sean, that is not good for your business over there looking like a lizard. Don't do that.
No, like he literally makes everything so just joyful. Honestly, makes everything so joyful. And even in the hard times, he reminds me that just pick yourself up. And he understands it too, because we're both entrepreneurs and we both are on this journey to growth. It's just honestly, it's a lot. And also the things that he buys me, the things he gets me, the experiences he opens me up to, the rooms he puts me in, the conferences we're gonna go to, the things we are building that I never would have thought about building, not even in the next 10 years, the assets we're investing in, like the things we're gonna experience within even the next 2 months.
Okay. So when his next queen comes, Olivia, what are you gonna do different with her that you didn't do with Shanice?
A lot. I'm going to, actually see where she's at in terms of growth and self-development, because I think the best way to bond and the most value you can provide to somebody is really just helping them change their mindset, change their life, change their body, whatever that it is that they desire in life. I want to be an actual supporting character, I could say, or supporting sister on that journey. Talk to them a lot about more deeper things. And honestly, just be there for her and support her. It's not that I wasn't those things, but I could have definitely made it a higher level.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shawnee, you go ahead, baby, because you busting at the seams. Go ahead, because that jacket getting tighter and tighter. What you gonna say? That jacket getting tight, boy.
This is what a young. Let me sit up, man. You know what I'm saying? This is what a young.
And I had a little, yes, I had a bone to pick with you. Because you took Olivia to the zoo and you wore a denim suit to the zoo. Why you wear that vacation Bible school? You should have had you on some nice khakis, some Vans, something comfortable at the zoo. Why you wear that denim suit to the zoo?
I should have went there in my drawers is what I should have went there. Y'all just be talking. I wear what I want. You do what you want when you popping. You know what I'm saying? I like denim. You know what I'm saying? It makes me look handsome.
I see you like European. You like
handsome.
the European cut.
Handsome. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Well, those are all my questions I have for you guys. Thanks for.
I got a question for you. You got a business.
No, sir. I am in the business, but I don't have a business.
Damn, I'm sorry. You too smart to not have a business. Get a business.
No.
The world could use more leaders like you. Congratulations on your engagement and congratulations on your family. And I know everything is going to work out.
I appreciate y'all. And Olivia, let me say this to you.
I want you. Don't get booted. Don't get booted. You've been doing so good. Don't get booted. Don't get booted. You've been doing so good. Don't make me boot you.
No, this is for Olivia.
Girl,
I just want you to. No, it's good. It's good. I just want you to answer. I just want you to answer more questions from your heart and not what you think sounds good. Because I feel like sometimes, not all the time, But sometimes I feel like you answer, you count the words in your head and make sure they're okay to say. And I just want you to know that anything that you say from your heart is okay, whether Sean agrees or not, or whether you think he's going to agree or not. Because if he's your king, he's going to accept your difference of opinion and boundaries. You get what I'm saying? That's all, sweetheart. Say what you have to say.
I got a question for you. Is that your natural hair on your profile picture?
It is, yes.
You need to make a hair product plan.
No, it took me too long to learn how to do that, honey.
Exactly why you should do that. Listen, man, self-actualization and then self-transcendence is everything. How long did it take you to get your hair products right so you can get your hair looking fly?
A long time, because I did a big chop. I chopped all my hair off. Like I chopped all my. Here's the thing. I got COVID really bad and almost passed away. So COVID took most of my hair out. So I had to regrow it. So it wasn't that I did it. It's that I had to medically get it back after COVID. Took it out.
How many years did it take you?
2.5. Almost two and a half.
That's 2.5 years. That is a lot. That's 2.5 years that you could be saving somebody else. And we all know time is the most precious resource. Listen, listen, for real. Self-actualization. Do you know what that is?
I've heard you talk about that plenty of times.
So self-actualization reaching the highest form of yourself in one way or another, and then self-transcendence. This is like, it's universal law. This is what it's about. So since you've gone through the pain of 2.5 years to get your hair like that, there's a lot of women out there who are probably struggling with that, who could use that. So I think that maybe you could create a product, maybe you could create a free ebook, but people could use that knowledge, and I think you should give them that knowledge.
Okay, I appreciate that. I'll look into that. Thank you.
Gratitude is action. So if you appreciate it, don't tell me that. Just actually go and do it. All right. I appreciate you being on here. We love you so much. Have a great night.
Remember what I said, Olivia?
Remember what I said. You better go make that ebook.
I want to buy it.
Right?
I want to buy it.
Yo. We appreciate y'all. Listen, man, but by the way, we want to talk to you guys. Listen, a lot of you guys out there, man, you guys have great products. This is actually a great point. We have great products. Listen, guys, the last, couple days, we did like 20 something K? We did like 20 something K. Guys, we're not saying that to flex on you guys. We want to help you guys, man. Listen, please do not allow, I think I did like $5,000 today. We do not want to make more money in a day than you guys make in a month. You guys have great products. You guys are so dope. If you're out there, you got a skincare business, maybe you got a hair care business, maybe you just want to know how to get started on your business, guys. We want to help you all, right? Like we really want to help you guys. So if you want to get more attention on your brand, you want to scale your business, please, man, the business owners are the people that will change this world, entrepreneurs, and those are the people we want to like help. You guys are the ones that create the products. Listen, if an entrepreneur didn't make this phone, none of us would be here right now. Entrepreneurs are the ones that will help people, man, all right? It's not gonna be the government that saves you. It's not gonna be your mama. It's not gonna be none of that. It's gonna be entrepreneurs that save this planet. If you're trying to grow your business, you're trying to get to the next level, get more attention on your business, make more money in your business, DM me on Instagram, Sean_T_Adams, DM me viral. We wanna help you explode your brand. I just gave that girl $1 million idea. I don't know if she's gonna go and execute on it. She should, I hope so, but for business owners, we want to help you guys, man. This is what it's about, self-actualization and then self-transcendence. Guys, I'm not where I want to be. I do anywhere between $50,000 to $100,000 a month. Some of y'all may be like, damn, that's goals. But some of you guys are trying to get to your first 10K month. Some of y'all probably make that a day. Man, we talk to some very high level entrepreneurs on here. All right. But we want to help you guys, whether you're doing no million or 20 million. We want to help you get more attention on your brand. We want to help you guys grow, scale your audience, come up with product monetization. Maybe you're just getting started, guys. We want to help you. I want to mentor you guys. DM me on Instagram viral. Okay. I'm going to start mentoring you guys. And Olivia, you want to speak on it? Olivia, this genius is going to be helping you guys with your brand. All right, so DM me on Instagram, Sean_T_Adams viral. You get some information, like a little 2-minute video, watch the video. Want to help you guys take your business to the next level, okay? So with that being said, just DM me on Instagram, viral, 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 one word. All right, we appreciate you guys. We appreciate you guys so much. With that being said, you want to bring on another guest, baby?
Yes.
Guys, if you're trying to grow that business, you're trying to grow that brand, DM me on Instagram, viral, okay? Sean_T_Adams, DM me. Viral.
Yes, my king.
Want to see you guys there. And if you have DM me viral in the past, DM me again. Sometimes my messages get very, 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 very long. So just DM me again. All right.
Yes, my king.
What's up, Queen?
So, okay, let me show you. So this is before.
When was this?
This was like, we said we can do it.
Okay, so we'll handle the first thing you want. We'll just have her come up.
Okay.
Just hit her up and we'll have her come up.
Okay.
All right, thanks, man.
Alrighty. Okay, time for it to go. Pearl? We're gonna bring Pearl up. Hello. Hi, Pearl.
How do I turn my camera on?
You just
Can you see me?
Oh yeah, we can see you now.
Oh my god, bro, this is so crazy. I never thought that y'all would. I'd be watching y'all shit all the time, bro.
Yes. No, you had a very fire profile picture, so I was like, let's do it. But what's your name? Where are you from?
My name is Pearl, and I am from. I live in Minnesota.
Got you. Would you be in a poly relationship, Pearl?
That's a yes.
What, bro?
That's a yes.
To be honest,
That's a yes.
I'm gonna say maybe.
Maybe. Why a maybe?
That's a yes.
Because okay, wait, can I just say something real quick? Because the comments keep saying I know I look young, but I promise you I'm 18. I promise you I am 18. That's all that I have to say to the comments.
Gotcha. Okay.
But to be honest, I feel like it seems good in theory, and like when Shanice was there and stuff, you seemed like really happy just to also have like a friend there and somebody, you know what, if like Sean is saying something you don't like, Sean is saying something crazy or like doing something, like you guys can relate on it, you know what I mean? Like, or even not just that, like struggles that Sean doesn't understand, like things like womanly things that he doesn't understand. You have somebody to relate to. You have a friend there that's like a built-in friend, you know?
Yeah.
And I always think it's like good to have like community no matter where you are, you know? But then I see like poly relationships that get super publicized, like on what's that show? Like the Sister Wives show, you know?
Oh yeah, that's I don't know if that's the best representation of poly, to be honest.
Right, yeah. But like stuff like that like gets really publicized, I feel like it doesn't turn out the best, you know?
Yeah, I think that you got to be very strong to be in a public relationship, and you got to handle it. You got to have a strong sense of self. And I will just say this. A lot of people are easily influenced, and I'll leave it at that.
So I have a question for you guys. How do you think that your relationship would be different if you guys didn't publicize it so much on the internet? And do you think it would be more beneficial if you guys didn't put it so much on the internet?
No.
I think that it just exposed like weaknesses that we already had in the previous relationship, and yeah, I mean that was just pretty much that.
But do you think it's beneficial to show because in my opinion, like for me, when I'm with somebody, it's always like if there's a weakness, you don't show that in the public. You show your strengths in the public, and then in private, you talk about your weaknesses and you focus on them.
I think that's a big mistake that I made. Like one thing is learning is presenting a more united front, and never wanting to ridicule my queens or correct queens or whatever it may be, or just look divided. You know what I mean? That's definitely a big mistake that I made. Something I definitely learned from, and something I will minimize and get rid of moving forward for sure. I would agree with that, but I don't think being public makes things bad. I mean, I think you get a lot of hate because people just like they hate. Like it just is what it is.
Right. So, Olivia, I have a question for you. Do you think that like things are like I don't know how to phrase this. I don't want to come off sounding offensive because I genuinely like you. Like, Olivia, I don't care. I can sit here and get hate. I don't care. Like, I love you so much. I think you are very strong-minded. You have a lot of will, especially for being super young too. Like, I resonate a lot with you that like you want to be powerful. You want to do things in this world. You know what I mean? Like, you're not just here like fooling around, letting your life lead to whatever it leads to. You're putting in effort to make sure that you do something strong in the world, right? And like, I see that about you, and I think that's a really good thing. But do you think that, like, how do you think that things are different now that Shanice is not there? Like, do you think like your relationship has changed at all?
Yes.
Do you think it's gone for the better or for worse?
Oh, better.
But it's not specifically because Shanice isn't there. It's because he has realized the things that he did wrong with Shanice, and he's applying the correct changes to fix it for you.
It's a combination of both. One, I'm always this is the type of person I am. I get better every day. I'm sitting right here. I got a book with next to me. I'm a geek, y'all. Yeah. I am a geek. I like to read. I constantly like to get better. I'm always getting better. I get better each breath I take. And two, honestly, I think Shanice had like checked out of our relationship. Or she just felt some type of way. She had a lot of feelings just pent up inside of her. But the thing is, energy never lies. And the energy exchanges when she were here were never fucking real. They were always fake as fuck. So it's just like, you know, and I'm not throwing shade. I'm just saying it was never real. It's just like, man, I'll put it to you guys like this real quick. You ever go to the gym and somebody's like, oh, have a good day. And you can feel it, like the energy exchange is real. Like you're like, wow, I feel good. Versus like you see a dad who's, you know, freaking had one too many of the, the beverages, and he's just like, oh, I love you, son, get over here. And the kid's like, ew, get off me. Like, ew, dad, leave me alone, you're annoying. Why is it? Because love is a verb, and you can only give it at the capacity at which it's created within. So I feel like I did not do a good job being a leader, telling Shanice to, hey, develop yourself, love yourself, so that you can give love at a greater capacity to us. So when we would interact with her, the energy exchange was just fucked up. And she didn't feel comfortable talking, so she had like a lot of bottled up emotions. So it was honestly very like awkward. And plus some other shit went down that I don't want to fucking talk about. But it was like, that shit, listen, I've been through crazy shit. That was the craziest shit that I ever been in. And I'm not going to speak on it because I don't want to attack anybody's character. But let's just say some shit went down that was just fucking like next level fucking crazy. And I've been through some shit. Like I've been set up, I've been robbed, I've been cheated, all that. And this was by far crazier than anything I've ever been through. Way crazier than anything I've ever been through. But I'm not going to speak on it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just not me. But yeah, the energy exchange was just fucked up. So when she left, it just was like a breath of fresh air.
Right. Okay. So I have a few.
Not to say she was a bad person. I just wasn't leading her correctly and like emphasizing self-love in any of us. I wasn't practicing it myself. I wasn't telling her to practice it. So therefore, that we weren't operating at a frequency that was like divine. It was just like fucked up.
Okay. So I have a few thoughts about that because, genuinely, I believe, like, in my heart, like, from what I don't know y'all clearly, and that's a thing that I think a lot of about, like, people that watch, like, you guys and stuff. It's like a lot of assumptions, you know.
Yeah.
So if I'm just assuming things, just let me know, because I know that it's a lot of assumptions. It's a lot of people watching you guys, so different things can be construed in different ways. But genuinely, I believe that there was, like, love between you and Shanice, and same with Olivia. I'm sure that you love Olivia too, and Olivia loves you too, because I see that all of you guys, at the end of the day, all of you guys wanted like, all of you guys wanted the best things for each other in life, right? Even Olivia, like, you wanted the best things for Shanice, right?
Yeah.
Like, and I'm sure Shanice, like, you still want the best things for her, and she still wants the best for you, even though, like, y'all, I don't know if y'all talk or whatever, but, like, you're not with the same man anymore, right? But I just don't understand, like, I don't understand how Sean, I guess this is more of a question for Sean, but he's not here right now, but
I'm here.
oh, okay. Like, I guess I don't understand how you didn't see that Shanice, like, was not it, like, I think she was emotionally checked out before she checked out of the relationship. You know what I mean? Cause, like, I think we can all see it on the lives and everything. Like,
on the live, I will say this: on the live, she acted like a totally different person than when we were off live. Would you agree with that, babe?
Yes.
Like, totally different. It was like night and day. Like, I will say that on the lives, that was the only time I gained, like, the introspection. But other than that, she did a very good job at making it seem like everything was okay in her mind. That's all I would say. And I can do a better job as a man and as a leader. And I don't want to ever point the blame on her, because I'm not a victim. And I could have been more receptive. But I'm just going to say she didn't act how she acted on the live. She didn't act like that with us, like, or with me, like, ever. Like, that was not how she acted.
okay, and I have another thing to say. I'm not meaning this with any disrespect at all. And I know, like, saying that is going to be like, oh my gosh, she's about to say some shit, you know? But if you never have done a lot of the things that people are accusing you of, why do you think so many people are accusing you of that? Because so many people, like, the normal guy, like my ex, like, I'm not going to go here and accuse him of doing something to me when he's never done it. You know what I mean?
A normal person won't. And for me, I don't really have a problem with anything that was, like, said, because, like, people have, like, their version of, like, the story. And guys, I've been in crazy situations. Like, I have been in crazy situations. I don't deny that. And as a man, I'm not going to play victim, because I put myself in those situations. That's what I realized as a man. You got to not even put yourself in those situations. Me personally, I think casual sex is a scam. Like, it puts you in situations that you just should never be in, like, ever. So for me, like, everybody has this. I don't really even like to touch on that, because they have their, like, story. I only had an issue with, like, the only thing I had an issue with was, like, was the whole Shanice thing, because I just felt like, man, listen, man. I just think that it was just, I'm not gonna say it was like a move, but, like, it's one thing to tell your version of the truth. It's another thing to just make up stuff that just did not, like, that's just, like, so far left field. You know what I mean? That was the only thing that I really had, like an issue with. As far as other people, guys, I've been in all type of crazy situations. Like, I mean, I posted about this way before I came on TikTok. Like, if you go look at the picture of me on my Instagram as a little kid, it literally says, like, hey, I was facing 14 years in prison, blah, 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 blah. Like, I've openly talked about it, and I'm not complaining. I put myself in those situations as a man, so I have to, like, be like, hey, you know, there's room, there's ambiguity, bro. You can't put yourself in these risky situations. But yeah, you know, freaking, the only one I really had an issue with was, like, the whole Shanice thing. And I will agree that, like, I got a lot of character flaws. I got a lot of improvement to do as a man, you know, like, a lot. Like, I got a lot of room to, like, actually, like, grow. So I'm all about taking a weakness, which the way it looks like, hey, character was a weakness for me, and turning it into a strength. We're constantly growing. We're constantly developing, guys. Like, you're not who you were 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago. Like, constantly getting better as a person.
Okay, so, like, because I'm not in this like, I'm not in you guys' lives. I don't know about you guys. I just watch you guys sometimes. And from watching what I've seen, people are going to hate on me for saying this, whatever, because everybody says Olivia's just young, whatever. I'm young too. I am 18 years old. But me as an 18-year-old, like, I look at Olivia and I'm like, she is mature. She has a lot of stuff going for her, and she's smart on top of that. So genuinely, I don't like a lot of people try to say like you're manipulating Olivia, everything, like you tell her what to say and stuff. And I think Olivia's smart. She's not gonna be with somebody who is manipulating her. And I'm sorry, whatever, people in the comments cannot like that, but that's what I think. That's what I think. And at the end of the day, like, I don't know what was happening between you and Shanice, but my question is basically, are you saying like Shanice is like, you like, basically you're just saying like Shanice is just lying?
Bro,
Like, I'm sorry, I don't want that to
listen,
sound
man,
like harsh, but that's the question.
One day, I'm gonna give my side on what happened, but I'm not gonna do that today because I don't want to mess up anything that she has going on, and I don't want to attack her character. The only thing I'm gonna say is she is entitled to her opinion, but I just don't feel like what she said, and I mean like anything she said in that video reflects like reality. Like a lot of the, I'm not even saying anything because there are some bad points that she made. But I just, listen, man, guys, you guys don't understand how powerful like people on TikTok are, guys. Like, not everybody can take that. Because people here, and I'm not trying to play victim, people here have hit up my gym. I've had my building call. I've had people hit up my friends, investors, business partners, and just say all type of stuff. Not everybody can handle being called, oh my gosh, you're a groomer, you're this, you're that. Not everybody can handle that. That's the only thing that I'm gonna say. So, you know, and it's just like, bro, it's cool if y'all disagree, but like, yeah, I don't have to like go and like attack people. I can take that. I'm chilling. But not everybody is built like that, especially if you're not an entrepreneur and you're not doing crazy amounts of personal development. And even with us, sometimes it's just like, man, that's a lot. That's crazy, right? But it's just like, y'all gotta like realize that. But I just will say this. I have never seen, again, somebody be so-called so traumatized by something and get out of a 2-year relationship and be traumatized and be talking about it, and then 2 weeks later be in another public relationship. I'm not talking about dating. There's nothing wrong with that. But I like to think that, like, hey, if you're taking a relationship public, there has to be some level of like, wow, this has been like, you guys.
But don't you think it's because...
Hold on. You guys have to have been talking for a minute. So I'm not even going to go there because I don't want to go into the back and forth. Let her do her own thing. But to me, I've just never seen nothing like that. And I think it's crazy that you can give somebody so much clout and so much attention, and they just use it for the sole purposes of trying to like rip your head off. So that was my only thing. That was my only thing that I just disagree with. And I just find the way everything came about so interesting. So that's all.
Okay, before I forget, I have 2 things to say about this. So can I just say my 2 things before you answer? Like, just so I don't forget it, you know? First, don't you think maybe Shanice is able to be so open and like, so to move on so quickly because she had mentally moved on beforehand? Like, before she left the relationship, she mentally moved on. Like, she was done with the relationship before you were done with the relationship.
You guys are going to think what you guys want, and I get it. I don't have a problem with her moving on at all. I'm happy for her. My only thing is, I like to think that, and I wouldn't know, maybe women would know, women that have been in an abusive situation would know, but I thought like if you are in an abusive situation, like it affects your self-esteem, it affects all these things, and you're not in a place to even be able to receive a healthy relationship, much less go public with it 2 weeks after you're so-called traumatized. That's my only thing. So I could be wrong on that. Listen, I was here, Olivia saw every conversation, and we just disagree with like the things that was like said on like that. And I just don't think that it matches up. And were I a lesser person, I would tell my side of the story, but I'm not even going to do that. I'm going to tell you actually why I don't. I'm going to actually say this. This is going to be a little bit long, but guys, this book right here will literally change your life.
Wait, can I say my other thing before I forget it?
Hold on, really quick. I want to touch on this. This book right here, guys, will change your life. 177 mental toughness secrets of the world class. Okay, so I want to read you guys 108.
Can I say my thing before you read that, just so I don't forget?
Listen. Champions know revenge is for amateurs. Depending on whether or not they're operating primarily from spirit or ego, amateurs tend to be interested in the idea of revenge. Many amateurs believe their lack of success and fulfillment is somehow someone else's fault, which leads to thoughts of getting even. Revenge as a strategy is not limited to the middle class. Many very successful upper class performers still perform in striking back at their competitors. The upper class often owes their tremendous financial success to the drive that is stimulated by their large egos. Unfortunately, this ego-driven consciousness is often also responsible for their lack of personal fulfillment. The upper class tend to believe the key to fulfillment is to gain greater success, and they are baffled when this formula doesn't work. The upper class is operating out of fear, and this mindset says revenge on the so-called guilty party will give them satisfaction. Of course, it doesn't. Amateurs also look for ego gratification and revenge. Their ego has been hurt and they believe hitting back will repair the damage and allow them to save face. I will repeat that again. Amateurs also look for ego gratification and revenge. Their ego has been hurt and they believe hitting back will repair the damage and allow them to save face. The cycle keeps repeating itself and delivers nothing but misery. The world class, operating out of love and abundance, dismisses revenge as a strategy for people operating at lower level awareness. The great ones know you can't fight hate with hate. The only power in the universe worth projecting is the power of love. The pros know if an amateur cheats them, it's to be expected because amateurs act out of fear. Their fear-based consciousness thinks irrationally, so their improper or unethical acts are to be expected. Champions feel empathy for amateurs because all of the great ones are former amateurs themselves. That right there, when I read that, I was just like, wow, fuck. It just hit me. It was just one of those things that just hit me. It's just like, bro, no, it's not about revenge, bro. You gotta treat people with love. And that's why you guys have never seen me attack anybody's character. That's why you guys have never seen me do anything. And there's been times where maybe when something first come out, I feel myself operating at a frequency that's lower than where I strive to be, because I know I want to be world class, and I know I'm going to be world class. And all this adversity that you guys put me through, you guys calling my gym, calling my apartment, all the stuff that you guys do, you guys don't know how grateful I am for it, because we grow through what we go through. And most people have never been through anything like this. So this is why, I move the way I move. And that's why I choose to not hit back. It is what it is, man. You play the game and it is. I personally think Shanice did that whole video as a move to get back at me. She's like, hey, I want to, and I'm not even going to say what happened and what the whole situation was. But if I told you, it would probably blow your mind. But I'm not going to do that. Because
that's not normal though. Because for example, if somebody I talked to or I was dating or whatever before, they're not gonna come out here and say oh, pros doing this and this and that to me,
Where I grew up, it was crazy. So I grew up especially early childhood in the hood. I don't know about how you grew up, but when women would get cheated on, when they felt like they were wrong, they would burn your stuff. They would bleach your clothes. They would wreck your car. They would pour sugar in your gas tank. They would bust your windows. They would flat your tire. That's how I grew up. And everybody here laughing because they know that they know a lot of that stuff is true. Nowadays with social media, how can people get revenge if they're going to attack your character? And some people will do stuff for clout. Right? So, people have their motives. You know what I mean? All I'm going to say.
Okay, so another question that I have is if yada 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 etc. Why, if you are the one who, you guys are the one putting yourselves in this position, why are you using it as like making yourself the victim then? You know what I mean?
Listen, I never want to be the victim. Do I agree with trying to call somebody's gym to get them banned? Do I agree with calling somebody's local police department when you have no evidence of anything actually happening other than somebody's word? I disagree with that. Like, do I think you should make up fake reviews?
You just said you're
Listen,
grateful.
guys. I have literally seen people. I've been in group chats and discords and seen people literally say we got to make up something to get him canceled. Like, I have literally seen people plot and plan against me. Like, and that's okay. I'm not trying to play victim, but I just don't think it's right. I don't think it's ethical, and I just think you got to be a certain level of person to like operate that way. Like, you're that triggered that you want to try to go and destroy somebody's life on something that's true or not true. Like, to
But
me,
you said you're grateful.
listen. You guys gonna think what you want. No, not everybody's gonna believe what I believe. Not everybody's gonna see it. Some people feel like, hey, we deserve to be, you know, stormed, have our door kicked in, and freaking be hanging from a tree. Some people believe that, and that's okay. I don't, and it's just sad to see what people will go through to like try to ruin somebody's life. I don't think we should do that. Like, there's 30,000 people or 18,000 people here. We should be moving out of love, abundance, and figuring out how we can like help people. Not like drama, hate, like jokes and stuff are cool, but like, come on, man, making up fake reviews on an apartment that you never lived in is wow. Like, that's crazy.
Right, but Sean, like, I agree with you that nobody should have to go through that and that people shouldn't do that. But number one, you put yourself through that because you're making your relationship so open. And two, you just said you're grateful for that you went through those experiences.
Yeah, I am grateful for it, but I still don't think that it's right. Like, I still don't think that that's right. Like, I think that's very like unethical thing to do. But if you feel like it's okay, then you guys can like justify it. I'm not gonna go
No,
back
I'm
and
not
forth with
saying
you.
it's okay. I don't think that's okay.
So then we agree. We that is not okay. Do you have another question?
No, that's it. I'm sorry if I'm offending you.
No, I'm not offended. You got a business?
No, I don't have a business. I'm in flight school to be a pilot. That's what I'm gonna do forever.
I love that. Pilot. Are you a fixed wing or helo?
I don't know what that means.
All right. So are you gonna fly airplanes or are you gonna fly helicopters?
Oh, airplanes. Helicopters are scary because if the engine fails, whatever, like, it's done for. They're not aerodynamic, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it could be done for, but like you can always just restart them.
Yeah, but you know, it's like airplanes are aerodynamic. You can land them anywhere if you don't have an engine, whatever you go, you know?
Yeah, makes sense.
But yeah, thank you guys for having me on the live. Olivia, I love you.
I love you too, darling.
We appreciate you guys. Yo, two things, man. You guys go get this book. I promise you it's one of a lot that will change your life. I tell you guys, I got the most valuable bookshelf on in San Diego in America. This thing is so valuable. We got some gems on here, you guys. Some absolute gems on here. All right. Everything.
All right, well, I'm about to get off. Thank you guys for having me on.
I didn't even know you were still there.
Bye.
See you guys, man. We appreciate you guys. You guys have a great night. Make sure you guys DM me on Instagram, Sean_T_Adams viral if you want to grow your business, explode your business, everything. We love you guys. We appreciate you guys. Peace.